Hello and welcome back. Yes, I missed the last 5 minutes, and now we have a 5v5 for P2 because Alan made a error coming out of Druid's band when we went offline a moment ago, and he dropped all the way back from P2 to P6. So now he's making the recovery by passing Leila Petralia back up to P5 goes the post sitter, but he's not going to win this race unless Marcel Mico makes a terrible error, as Bergy just passed Miro Gibi, so up to second goes Bergy, but he's 9 seconds off the leader. So, as it stands, Marcel Mico is going to extend his championship lead on one of his worst tracks on the calendar. This must be dreamland for the Czech driver, as Bergy completely cuts through Shin Curve, taking absolutely oh my god! He is dead! That is an unforced error. And a terrible, terrible error. All of the good work that he made from P6 up to P2 completely undone. And he's dropped all the way back down to P6. So he is going to lose valuable points to Marcel Mico, as Leila challenges Alan through Druid's band, but can't make the move stick. And all of a sudden, it's Damiro Regibi up in second. All of the championship contenders are making errors after errors, especially the drivers in second and third in the championship standings, aka Alan and Bergy. Leila has found some pace now, going behind this group for quite some time. So yes, she is challenging Alan now. So this is a legitimate battle. For fourth position now after Bergy's spin, and Alan forced to defend the inside line through Clark Curve. Leila Petralia will get the better run. She will get a brilliant run, looking to the inside and forced to switch to the outside because Alan closes the door. They're going to go side by side down through Brabham Straight and towards Paddock Hill Bend. You can't go around the outside here. Leila brakes and tries to set up the exit, but Alan defends really well to the inside, and now going defensive once again through Druid's band. But there's no alternative line here through turn 2. And after getting passed by Miro, Alex now is putting the pressure back on the Belgian driver as Leila gets out of shape through Graham Hill Bend. Now up to the lap through 30s. A very wide entry from Alex, and he's got a great exit coming out of 30's corner. I will hydrate indeed, because I'll need my throat for the final 7 minutes for this brilliant battle from P2 to P5. Double break from Alex through Hawthorne's Bend. Now Westfield Bend. All the right corners coming up very quickly. There's a lapped car right in front of them, Ramshin, and look at the run Alex got through Shin Curve. He's basically pushing Miro through Sterling's band, but he can't make the move stick. And all the while, Alan is going closer and closer, and oh, Alex actually backs off. He doesn't want to make a side-by-side into the final corner. He probably fears it's going to make an opportunity for Alan behind. But I don't see any point in walking together. Alex will now try to attack, because even if they bump draft each other, they're not going to catch the 12-second gap to Marcel Mico. Wide goes Alan. He's lost the line at Paddock Hill Bend, and now wide goes Alex, sorry. Alan is taking full advantage and trying to go around the outside of Miro, but he can't make 2 moves in 1 corner. Alan has made a great recovery. He was second, he dropped back to 6th. He's now back up to 3rd. And challenging Miro. He's definitely faster than Miro. He's looking to the inside at 30s. Oh, and Miro gets sent off because Miro's line was so defensive. So he loses all the drive coming out of the corner. And that is a brilliant move from Allen. Now Alex wants a piece of it. Allen defends inside line through Hawthorne's Hill. Alex going around the outside of Miro. And they make contact. And off goes Alex. But he controls the car. So he stays in P5. And this is what Burgee wants to see. He needs these cars to battle hard. But I think with Allen at the front of this queue, he's probably going to pull away. So it's a fight for P3 between Layla and Miro. Saying that, Miro got a great run coming out of Sterling's bend. Allen is now having to weave to break the toe. Breaking through Clark curve. Layla using a more cautious line, while Miro just sent it in there. And sent it in there, he did. He's got a run on Allen. But you can't really go around the outside here through Paddock Hill's bend. Allen slides wide. Miro got around. Allen has defending inside line through Druitt. He's not defended that. Miro to the inside. Allen goes wide. Can Layla join in? Miro closes the door on Allen. That's a brilliant move into Druitt's bend. And he closes the door on Allen. Allen now has to defend. It's almost going 3 wide. Down through Cooper Straight. Layla to the inside of Allen. Through 30s. Contact. Round goes Layla. What a save. But she's lost drive. Alex getting a good drive out of the corner. We recover P4. Back up to 4th. Goes Alex from 6. Because of the contact for Layla and Allen. Now Allen has 4 minutes to do it again. He has to pass Miro Nagibi again. And Miro goes off. That's slightly wide actually. He's not lost time. That's not wide. That's just the camera deceiving me. Back on side, on board with Allen. On side? What am I talking about? This is not a football match. Ooh, that's a lot of momentum. That's brilliant from Allen. He's carried so much speed through Sterling's bend. And now he's choosing to push Miro out of the way almost. But Miro doesn't fare one bit. The Belgian closed the door brilliantly on Allen. It will be very tight whether it's 2 laps or 3 laps remaining. Burgee sets the fastest lap of the race. That's faster than any of the qualifying lap. He was 6 seconds behind. He's past Layla. Layla is off into Paddock Hill Bend. And Burgee is back up to 5th. The position is changed faster than at stock exchange. But I think it's only 2 laps remaining from here, so Burgee, if he wants to make more positions after the mistake, he needs to make them now. And Allen getting out of the shape at 30's corner. That's going to be a 6/10 lost. And look at Alex. Alex is already caught up to him. So from the attacker back to the defender is Allen. Alex has all the momentum in the world. Allen's mistake costing him all the way down through the straight and the triple right. Through Dingo down. You want to cut as much as possible through Shin curve. Alex was cautious there. And every cautious move he makes, he's inviting Burgee behind. To close and close. Marcel crosses line, so it will be actually 2 more laps after this one. This is music to the ears of Sandy Burgee. He needs more laps to make these moves. But the 3 drivers in front have also incredible pace. But look at Burgee, he's done another 38. Wide goes Alex. Where is Burgee? Off into the gravel goes Alex. And that's a mistake again. Alex looking to the inside. That's desperate. That was never going to work. And Burgi now recovers from P6 back up to P4. He's got 1.5 laps to try to make 2 moves again. He was P2 already at the halfway point of the race, but 4 corners after he got P2, he spun himself. Let's go on board with Burgi. Let's actually go on board with Alan. He's got a brilliant run coming out of 30's corner. I think Miro is really slow through 30's. His line there is not very good. But Alan now has to look ahead and look behind. The guy in front is slower, the guy behind him is faster. You'd never want to be the meat in the sandwich. But Alan is the meat in the sandwich. Burgi pushing really hard in the mirror, you can see. Getting out of the shape, pushing all the way through the triple right, and Miro slightly slow through shin curve. Now braking for Sterling's bend. We'll have 1 lap to go. As Marcel Miku now, the race leader with a 17-second lead, goes into the final lap. Alan tries to use a wider line to get better drive out of the corner, but that's not going to be enough to tag into Paddock Hill Bend. 1 lap remaining. 9 corners remaining. Alan has found pace. He's done a 38.7. He's really close to the rear end of Miro, but he couldn't make the move. Miro now defending the inside line. Alan goes all the way around the outside, brake later. You can see Burgi closing the mirror. Alan is going to try to push Miro. Side by side. Oh, and mistake for Alan. That is a huge error on corner exit for Alan. He's lost the car, and Miro is slow through this corner. Burgi after 3rd. Burgi might be up to 2nd. Look at the run he's got through Hawthorne Hill. Miro has to open the door. He doesn't. Burgi switches the inside and in contact. But Burgi has the inside line through Hawthorne's bend. He's not going to lift. He does lift. They just about stay on the track. Now, Westfield Bend, 4 corners remaining. Burgi is still in there. Alan goes all the way around the outside. It's 3 wide, and they make contact. And they're still 3 wide, and they're around. They're off. They're all off. And Alex is in 2nd. My goodness me. Marcel Miku wins. Leila Petrali is up to 3rd. I might have just wakened my grandmother, but what the yeah, going 3 wide in a 160 kph corner is definitely not advised. Alan gets out of the shape, coming out of the final corner. And Marcel Miku wins this one. And Burgi, who started P6, finishes in P6. But this doesn't work because they disconnected from the server. But that was something. Now since the race has ended, I can look at the replays now because it won't bug out. This is the view of Alex. This is how he moved up from 5th to 2nd. Where is Leila? This is Leila. She's further back. She's already dropped 5 seconds. And when she gets a shin curve, it just opened up for her. Everyone was off. And oh my goodness, that was something. Yes, that was something, I guess. I'm absolutely lost for words. I've never seen a final lap like this. But anyway, congratulations to Marcel Miku. That's his 4th victory out of 5 races this season in MX5.
Well, report
I was on the curb.
Okay, well you didn't need to be. I left you loads of room, promise you.
No, you... Okay. If you had left me loads of room, I wouldn't have spun round.
The race was... It was ridiculous, to be honest. It was
Is this
fun.
being streamed, by the way?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's on stream and I'm also streaming. So if you want my POV, I can send that to you later.
No, 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 no. It's not fucking up.
Mate,
That
mate.
was a disaster. That's so funny. I fucked up. I was just following Mickey around, and I was like, yeah, and then I just fucking wasn't concentrating, and just fucking lost the back end. I was
Stream.
like, what the fuck am I doing? Should be gone. Damaged the car.
A lot of
Guys,
things are
you're being
happening.
heard
Like,
on the stream.
Yeah. I was running on the stream.
yeah,
Good.
it was. I
Guys,
have.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
You're being heard on the stream. You're being heard on the stream. You're being heard on the
No.
stream.
Yeah,
We
we know,
know.
we know.
Okay, fine.
Oh,
Thank
thought
you.
you, dude. I didn't.
Guys, can you hear me?
It's better like that.
Yeah. What if I gonna fake you again, Alan? It was
I know.
so nasty.
You guys better not die in front of me on the start.
Yeah, Layla,
We
you
have
were
ads.
chilling behind. You were just chilling and then watching us fight all the way until we.
Yeah,
crashed.
no, I was getting so much from you fighting. I cannot lie.
Did you enjoy it?
I was hammering it, dude. I was hammering it.
Dang, that's crazy to be honest. I mean, hey, GG's to be honest.
Yep.
And yeah,
I did some
Marcel, hey,
mistakes that I
uh,
could have kept for myself, but
congrats to Marcel for the win, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
oh yeah,
Again.
congrats, Marcel. I mean,
Bro,
it's not.
I just gave that to him. I was like, fuck.
Bro,
You're on
nah.
stream. Don't stream.
Oh,
I mean,
I was like,
don't
yeah.
stream.
Easy there, mate.
What? Nah, my stream is gonna be being highlighted for sure,
I am dying. Oh no, we're restarting.
Oh
I'm
no.
Yeah.
Brother.
Also, I was so overfueled. Were you also guys overfueled by a lot?
Yeah, I will be deafen again so that I can focus. on
Okay,
it.
thank you for the answer, guy. I was like overfueled by four laps or some.
Yeah, three laps.
Yeah, the feel I don't think makes much of a difference.
Anyway, that was driver's briefing room, or cooldown room, or I don't know, heating room after race one. Apologies for the language, understandable. But after such a huge incident, they are quite a lot calmer than I thought. But since I joined quite late in the voice call, the initial rage has probably passed. But anyway, we've got to race 2. The top 10 are reversed. We only have 9 drivers now for some reason. So we are 6 red lights, and away we go. And Ramshin, who was 9 seconds off the pace, I think, in race 1, will start from pole. So this is going to be really dangerous. He's already lost about 7 positions through turn 1, and he gets out of the way cleanly, kind of, for a lot of them. So Brian Garcia has now taken the lead. Alan now through the inside and making contact with Miro towards the outside of Jewett band. He's going to go wide, trying to go around the outside. But yes, he's made that move stick. Up to third goes Alan. Miro now looking side by side with Leila Petralia. And Marcel Miku is now behind all of them. And now Alan passes Brian Garcia up to second position. Miro also looking down the inside and through into third. And they're all going to try to go past Brian Garcia. Now 3 wide down here is not ideal. We've seen that already once in race 1. We're seeing it again in race 2. You don't want to go 3 wide in any corners. Is anyone going to back out? Brian Garcia on the inside, Marcel Miku on the outside, Leila Petralia in the middle, and she takes P4. Marcel Miku goes around the outside of Brian Garcia to take P5 off into the runoff. Is not Ramshin, it's Dagger. But he recovers well, but he is now to the last position in the field. Deep in the sand, aka Burgi, who dropped all the way back to 6 at the end of race 1. So he started from P4 this race, and he's got away cleanly, and he's pulling away. This is a brilliant chance for Burgi to pull away, because he's got the pace to pull away. He just needs to not make the mistakes he did in race 1. Down the inside goes Marcel Miku. Little bit of contact through Clark Curve, but Marcel Miku is the man on the mission. He wants to get close to Miro and Alan in front. And now Miro challenging Alan through paddock hill bend. Don't go around the outside here. You're better off setting the exit. And setting the exit did Miro. Alan defends the inside line. Miro tries to squeeze him to the inside curb, but that doesn't work. Alan holds him off strongly, and Marcel Miku getting out of the shape, coming out of Druid's Bend, has to stay put in P4. So at the end of lap 1, it's deep in the sand, aka Burgi in the lead with a 2.5 second lead. Alan is defending for his life on Miro. And this is all the while helping Burgi in the lead. Side by side for second, Miro around the outside on the Hawthorne's Hill. He's done it. That's a brilliant drive coming out of 30's the previous corner. And he's made it up to second, and Marcel Miku is right behind the pair of them. Don't want to go side by side here. Marcel Miku, being the wildly old fox, backs out of it and thinks better for another time. Layla is hanging on well this time, but she's got Alex all over the back of her. Down through Sterling's Bend, Marcel Miku gets a great run, but he's on the grass a little bit, so I don't think he can send Alan into Clark Curve. Down to 4th gear, that's brilliant, that's absolutely brilliant. He has to hold the throttle now, he can full charge, and Miro gets out of the shape. This might be a 2-for-1 for Marcel Miku. He's got a brilliant run. Oh, he bumps Miro actually, he doesn't want to make it 3 wide, that's clever. But that does mean he can't pass Alan. Alan rolls around the outside of Miro Rigibi. What a move by Alan. He's gone all the way around the outside, but they're still side by side through Druid's Bend. Alan is forced wide onto the wrong line, but he will have the inside line for this one, and Miro has to back off. So back up to second goes Alan. And all of this fighting means Burgi now has a 4-second lead. So yeah, the race lead seems to be uncontested. Ooh, little bit of touch. Is that Miro around the outside? What the hell, 3 wide? Don't do this again, lads. They're going 3 wide again. Alan now falls back in line behind Miro Legibi. Marcel Miku gets the drive around the outside of Alan. Can he go around the outside of Miro? Alan backs off way before the corner. Marcel has to brake on the outside. He's run wide and Alan retakes P3. And now Layla is on the inside of Marcel Miku. This is getting ugly. This is going to be contact. Marcel falls wide. 3 wide now behind them. Oh! Bump! Crash! The championship leader is taken out. And that's a really dangerous rejoin. Luckily he didn't hit Brian Garcia. Once again, we saw 3 cars going side by side through turn 6, and once again they make contact. Alan hits Miro off the road. Oh, and Miro spins and saves, and where the hell has he gone? He's recovered, but he's gonna lose P3. Up to P3 goes Alex. He's made up 3 positions in this lap. Well, through all of the contact, basically. And questionable move and defending, you must say. Alan sent it, but he was alongside at Apex. You could say he sent it aggressively. You could also argue Miro might close the door a bit too aggressively. We will have to look at another angle to determine who's more at fault, or it might just be a racing incident. But Brian Garcia, through all of this, whose 3 seconds of the pace is up to 5th, but yeah, he's not going to hold this position very long. He'll probably be able to try to hold on to 7th, because he should have similar pace to Dagger, if not faster, but Marcel Miku is eating him up alive. But the championship leader, who also won race 1, has a huge mountain to climb. Yeah, look at the amount of pace he's he's past Brian Garcia like if he's not there. Brian calmly backs out of that one. Even though he's not a back marker, he knows there's no point fighting with Marcel Miku. When Marcel Miku is on the charge, nobody can stop him apart from himself. He's gone wide through turn 7. He wants 39 flat from Bergie. He doesn't have to push. He just need to make sure he doesn't make any mistakes. Because Allen is 6 seconds behind him. And Allen is only doing a 39 low. So if Bergie can keep just doing 39s, he'll be fine. He'll win this race easily. But it's easier said than done to not make mistakes here at Brands Hatch. Mistakes are easily made. Contact is easily happening. And around goes Leila Petralia. She's gone off at Paddock Hill Bend. So Brian Garcia will be spared a few seconds more before getting attacked. In fact, Leila is going to be challenged by Dagger. Around the outside goes the black half Dagger. But no, I don't think he's got the run. So Leila now needs to catch up 8 seconds back to Brian Garcia, and her chance at the top 5 is basically gone. 6 is still possible. Well, since there's absolutely nothing happening on track, let's turn up the volume and enjoy the raw sound of the Mazda MX5 Cup. Off into the gravel goes Miro. Coming out of final corner, Miro Regibi was in the gravel. And he lost 2 seconds because of it. And now Marcel Miku is much closer to Miro Regibi. Ooh, that's grass on the inside. That's not what you want to do. You can hit the curb, not grass. And Marcel has to blip out of the throttle. On the exit of Paddock Hill Bend, that's lost him a bit of momentum and a bit of precious time that he probably needs if he wants to catch back up to podium spots. But this is looking like a repeat of Sepang for Marcel Miku, finishing first in race 1 and fourth in race 2. This could be a carbon copy of what happened last Friday. But even if he does that, he will still be extending the championship lead, because as it stands, Bergie will get a 6th and a 1st, Allen will get a 2nd and a 5th. So nobody's going to earn more points this week than Marcel Miku still. What Bergie and Allen want to happen is for Miro to defend hard against Marcel, but wide goes Miro. He's lost another half a second, and Marcel is looking to the inside of Shin Curve. You never see moves there. And he's made a stick, has he? No. Miro defends inside line through Sterling's bend. Marcel sets up the corner exit absolutely beautifully. He now gets a drive all the way down through Clairways and around the outside of the car curb. That's not ideal. He's going to head around the outside though. But he's still on the outside of turn 1, switching to the inside. Brilliant move by Marcel Miku. That should be overtake complete if he can brake just even with Miro. Miro tries to brake later on the outside. That never works. You have to have the inside line in turn 1 to defend or to attack. So up to P4 goes Marcel Miku. It's a 6-second gap to Alex. So he has to catch a 2nd lap. I don't think that's possible. Unless Alex makes a mistake, I don't think it's possible. Well, that's not expected. After another spin, Miro Regibi has rage quitted. as Bergie actually sends the fastest lap of the race, so the race leader is definitely not backing off at all. He's still pushing on. But yeah, Miro has just thrown away 20 points, which could be crucial in the top 5 fight, because Alex is joining the top 5 in the standings. But I guess the Belgian doesn't care about any of this. He's been passed by the championship leader, and he says that's enough. If he still can't get any points on Marcel, my god, Marcel has died. That's not me dying, is it? Marcel Miko has disconnected. The championship leader has disconnected. Unbelievable. This is now going to be a huge haul of points for Bergie and Allen. Drama at Brands Hatch. Absolutely incredible. Marcel Miko is back in the server as Layla gets out of the shape as Sterling's banned, but she should have P5 or P4 now actually, after Marcel Miko's mishap with the disconnect. He's back on track. He's about to be P8, but he should get P7 back. But that's gonna be how many points Lou lost? So P4 to P7 is 8 points lost for Marcel Miko. If he's a minute behind, then he's lost even more points. It will be 10 points lost compared to where he would have finished as in P4. But yeah, he's actually he's 36 seconds behind P8. He's just behind this battle for P4 actually, in which Layla is going to easily pass Brian Garcia in. Or does she? She's got the drive. They're going to go side by side through Hawthorne's bend. And brilliant from Layla, all the way around the outside and up to P4. Goes Layla Petralia. And they're about to be unlapped by recovering Marcel Miko. He needs to catch 32 seconds to Ranson. But Ramshin is about 6 seconds off the pace, or you can see 48 is his personal best, so 10 seconds off the pace. This is doable, but Marcel Miko needs to unlap himself. How is he going to do that without making any contact on this narrow circuit? This is all for 2 points. 2 precious points that could come in handy at the end of the season. Marcel Miko goes around the outside. Is Brian going to lift? No. He defends inside line and slides, and Marcel Miko has to take a evading action, and that's not ideal. He needs a clean track to try to catch up to Renshin. Brian does let Marcel go now, coming out of Druid's Bend. The gap at the front has been stable at around 6 seconds. There's nothing Allen can do to challenge Bergie unless Bergie makes an error himself. Now there will be 2.5 laps remaining. Actually 3.5, I beg your pardon. Oh, this is really tight. There's 3 minutes 20 left when Berger went across the line. So if I'm Berger, I would slow down slightly on the final lap to make sure Marcel doesn't get an extra lap to catch up to Ramshin. But Marcel might not need the extra lap. So there's at least 2 more laps after this one for Marcel Miku. But he might just need 3 to pass Ramshin. Because if it's 10 seconds a lap faster, the gap is 19 at the line with 2 laps remaining. This is going to be touch and go. Whether Marcel Miku can regain at least 2 points that he lost due to the disconnection. Straight line braking through Druid's Bend as Layla gets out of shape. So Layla is driving well here. She's guiding Marcel forward. She's not made a mistake to cause Marcel time. And Dagger now goes off at turn 1, but he's recovered onto the track really fast. Gap down to 13 seconds, so yeah, Ramshin definitely having trouble this lap. He's already lost 7 seconds this lap. I don't think Marcel needs the extra lap. He should be able to pass him next lap, even if next lap is the final lap. But I don't think Berger can let go that much time, because when he crosses the line, there's still 1 minute 42 left on the clock. So if Berger times this wrong, he might give Allen a sniff of opportunity to challenge him on the final lap. As Allen now sets a personal best lap time of 1:38.8. Later now struggling, and all of a sudden Alex Romsix also sets his personal best, so drivers are now pushing on. When the field is lighter, they're going faster and faster. Marcel Miku now fully in the slipstream of Leila Petralia, looking to unlap himself. The gap between him and Ramshin is 7 seconds. Oh, that's so close. That's extremely close. And Marcel is getting held up. 7 corners remaining for him to try to pass Ramshin. But I think there will be another lap, unless Berger actually does back off, but I don't think he's aware of this situation. So I think Berger will do the extra lap. You can see Ramshin, the white car, in the distance now. And Ramshin will get blue flags from Layla, so he might just let Marcel go as well because of the blue flag. Because if he slows down, surely with such a close distance between Layla and Marcel, Ramshin will let both drivers through. And Berger knows it. Berger has slowed down on the final lap, and Allen has made a mistake somewhere. Alex is really close to the back of Allen, but he doesn't have the final lap to challenge him because Berger slows down and wins race 2 here at Brands Hatch. Ramshin is slowing down to let Layla through, and this is Marcel's chance to take P7 away from the Lithuanian driver into the final corner. Marcel Miku to the inside of Ramshin. Ramshin defends inside line. Marcel gets better drive. This is side by side for 2 more points for the championship leader, and he's done it at the line. Incredible drive by Marcel Miku. After the disconnection, he didn't give up. He came back. He still made up a place. And those 2 extra points could really come in handy at the end of the season. So Berger takes a victory ahead of Allen and Alex Romsix, with Layla Petralia, Brian Garcia, Dagger, Marcel Miku, and Ramshin the rest of the finishers. Miro Gibi quitted mid-race after a couple of spins and mistakes, and being passed by his championship rival Marcel Miku. He's actually thrown away 24 points because after Marcel disconnected, Miro would have finished in P4. So that's the end of the double race here at Brands Hatch for MX5. I'll quickly do a quick math. So Marcel Miku gets a P1 and a P7 That is 66 points. So Marcel Miku will be on the lead still with 240 points. Bergie actually will have the most amount of points this race or this round with a P1 and P6. So he gets 68 points. So Bergie is up to 178. So he still trails Marcel Miku by 62 points. That's still a really, really big gap. Alan got a second and a fifth, I think. So that's 56 points. So he will be 166. So he's like, what, 74 points away from Marcel Miku. And Miro, after rage quitting race 2, will not get a lot of points. And yeah, that's it from me, HC. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back next Friday at the same time at, well, it will be 6 p.m. GMT, 7 p.m. British Summer Time, and 8 p.m. Central Eastern Summer Time every Friday for 6 more weeks for season 15. And we will be racing at Magione next Friday. See you then. Good night.